Hey, you guys, hope you're well. I just wanted to take this opportunity and let you know about our amazing new business scalability scorecard. So have you ever wondered if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and you want to grow and scale the business, but not sure how, and you're looking for some advice and you're looking for some strategies about how you could effectively grow and scale your business? Well, this is your opportunity. We have actually created an amazing business scalability scorecard. It'll take you around 7 to 8 minutes. And at the end of that, it will actually create a report of all of the things that you're doing particularly well in and the things that you need to make improvements to your business. And it's a great tool and a great asset for your business. To get free access to that, go to bit.ly/business-scalability-scorecard. Go there, go now. Take care, see you soon.
This is the Game Changers Experience. Deep dive conversations with leading business disruptors, Olympic athletes, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. This show will teach you insights about the winning principles in mindset, productivity, marketing, branding, entrepreneurship, business strategy, and more. Hosted by productivity authority, business strategist, former elite athlete, author, and public speaker, Adam Strong.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. A bit of a lag that's going on, but hey ho, it's all good. Listen, I hope you guys are well. I am pumped, super excited about today's show, as always. And so what I was going to say to you guys, before we get the party started, do me a favor. If you're listening to us through one of our streams, you can accept the T's and the C's, which is above my head. And also, what I was going to say to you, do me a favor. Yes, that's right. Give us a like, share, a comment in the comment section below. We'd love to interact with you. We'd love to connect with you. We'd love to, see who is in the hood. And, what I love about these shows, right, is I love the interactivity, but more importantly, I just love it, the fact that for me, and it's interesting because I just came off one of our mastermind groups, right, which is a group that we meet up once a month for 3 hours. And like, from my perspective, like, the reasons why I exist today is because I really love to serve people. Like, genuinely and authentically, I love to give value to people and I love to serve people. And that's the reasons why we do this show. But more importantly, it's not about me. It's about you guys, about how you can take your life to the next level. But more importantly, this is the Game Changer show, guys, right? And so it's interesting because probably maybe next week or the week after, I'm going to be launching something absolutely humongous. And really looking forward to that. Really, really am. And I'm going to be making some announcements actually here on the show. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get a little bit of support from you guys because I'm really going to need it, if I'm honest with you. But just to kind of give you some context, I'm going to be solving the world's plastic pollution problem. So it's going to be absolutely humongous. And I'm hoping that you guys are going to support me. And I'll be making an announcement in probably the next 10 to 14 days or thereabouts. So listen, enough chit chat about me. If you're listening to us on one of our platforms, do me a favor, give us a like, share, or comment in the comment section below. And you can do that by making us here. And also, I was going to say to you, if you are new to us and you like to listen to us more and more and more and more, do me a favor, go to our YouTube show, right? Click on subscribe, but more importantly, click on the bell and click it as activate, because then you'll get a notification every time we go live into our streams, and you're not going to miss out, which I wouldn't want you to do. But listen, enough chit chat. We need to get down to business, right? Here we go. So listen, today's show was a really good friend of mine, actually. He turned into a really good friend of mine. We actually met, believe it or not, on Clubhouse. So, and interestingly enough, he's based in the UK. He's a professional magician and a mindset coach. And what he does specifically is that he's been helping a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners with anxiety, fear, and depression. We're actually going to be working on saying we're going to be launching something together in October of this year, which we'll announce. But it's going to be kind of a bit of a soft launch. But listen, I just want to put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. David Burgess. Woo!
How are you guys? Hello, Adam.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm all right, mate. Lovely to see you. Can you hear me okay? Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and proud, buddy.
Amazing. I'm just going to turn my phone off because with me using an Apple device, anybody that knows, when you get a phone call, it comes onto your computer. So
absolutely,
even when you put your phone on silent. So yeah.
All good. Listen, interestingly enough, we met on Clubhouse, didn't we? And you know, I'm a big fan of Clubhouse. I mean, you know, yes, it can take up a lot of your time and energy, but at the same spit of that, you get to meet some pretty amazing people. And interestingly enough, Dave, so I just got off a mastermind an hour ago with my group of people, and you know, you'd never guess who we had on as a speaker. Who do you think we had?
Oh, it could be anybody with you, Adam. The amount of connections that you know.
Well,
she knows a guess.
She knows you pretty well. Paulina Groman from New York.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Great session. Yeah, she says hi and she says, "Oh, David's amazing. Oh, he's amazing." So anyway, kind of cool, right?
I don't know what she's on about, Adam. I don't know what she's on about at all. Sorry. I haven't got a clue.
So, by the way, I think I did kind of say this to you guys. Yeah, David's a professional magician, by the way. So hopefully he's going to show us some tricks and whatever it might be. But listen, I wanted to kind of move into something which is kind of interesting because I know that you have been working in the space of anxiety, depression, stress, and you've been promoting like summits around that. But why did you go into that? I'm just kind of curious about that. What's the backstory about that?
So, I'll try and go as far. This may be a trigger warning for some people. So when I was younger, as you know, in the actual, I tried to kill myself when I was 17. I had a drug addiction and all this, and went through a bad bullying stage, and then I found out I was dyslexic when I left college, and then I've done a test recently and on the internet and found out that I was quite high on an ADHD. Which explains a lot. And all my brothers and sisters said, we could have told you that years ago, David. but no. So anyway, long story short, fast forward, then basically the cord which you put around my neck snapped. And my dad went out and checked it, and he said, son, you're here for a reason, because the cord which we put around my neck was made out of like an industrial strength cord, and it doesn't snap. So I was like, okay, why am I here? And then I just went on this mad journey, and then got into sales, and then I was thinking, why am I here? And then obviously COVID hit, the dreaded word, and then I found that there was quite a lot of people who were committing suicide, men in particular. And then I'm also a qualified NLP in timeline therapy and also hypnosis, and I'm a mental health first aider. And I'll give a plug to Holly and Nikki Parry from Be Well, because they were the ones who done the mental health first aid training. So anybody that wants their information, feel free to contact either me or Adam. But yeah, they're great, two girls. And then I thought, what am I using? I mean, I bought them all selfishly for myself, but then I thought I need to use these skill sets and which I've learned to help people. And then that's when I decided to get more focused into the mindset of, in particular, men. I do work with women as well. And it's quite funny because the majority of the people that I work with happen to be women. But the reason I wanted to focus it more on the men is because I want to use my story to show men that you don't have to bottle things up, and that, you know, you just have to ask for help, because it's the old stiff upper lip of the British. You're a man's a man. You're not supposed to, cry. You're supposed to hold the fort to the family. You're not a man if you can't provide for your kids, and that's all a load of BS in my eyes. And I want to share my story and just give people the voice to go, you know what, if David can cry and share his story, and he's come out so can I. And I want to give them the tools which I've paid thousands and thousands of pounds for, to help them see their true greatness. And there's a very old I can't remember where it's from, but it's from a fable, and it says, this too shall pass, because nothing is permanent. And at that moment in time, when you get into your own head, you just think, oh, it's only happened to me. But really, when you do put your hand out and you ask for that help or support, you find out that there's a lot more people in exactly the same boat as you, even not, if not worse than you. And then that just gives you the release. But at that present moment in time, when you're suffering with the anxiety or the depression or the suicidal thoughts, you think it's just you that it's happening to. You're the only person in the world. And then that's why I do what I do. So yeah.
Love it. Very good. Very good. Awesome. So now I know that a lot of our listeners, believe it or not, are entrepreneurs or business owners or whatever it is. And I believe, and you probably believe in this, and I certainly do, the entrepreneurial roller coaster, or riding the entrepreneurial roller coaster. It's always going up and down, up and down. There's the peaks and there's the troughs, and really deep troughs sometimes. And I know that also it can mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically really hurt you if you're not sure how to handle the roller coaster, right? From your perspective, number one, do you believe in the roller coaster? Number two, how does your, I suppose, I'm going to call it experience, but have you ever come across people that have ridden that roller coaster and helped them to get through the kind of highs and lows because they're scared or they're vulnerable, and whether it be men or women or whatever it might be? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, 100%. And we all go through it, and it's just, and it's the old adage, the more money you've got, the bigger the problem. Like the money, it's like, and that's the old, a billionaire's problems to my problems. Your problems, when you look at what the billionaire or the millionaire's got to deal with on a daily basis, your problem looks like that, because I've met through Clubhouse millionaires and billionaires, and I've had conversations with them, and they say, "Oh, I've got this," and I'm like, bloody hellfire! I'd become well, it's because their mindset is different, and yeah, we all go through it. It's called I think it's called the sigmoid. I'm gonna get this wrong. The sigmoid curve or something, which my old mentor, John Haynes, who sadly is no longer with us, he trained me. I'm a master coach, and that was one of the things which he taught us. It's like the summer times when you're first in your business, and then it's like, oh, it's all pretty and singing, and then all of a sudden you go to the winter, which is the darkest times, and then you come up again in the summer, and it's just prepping yourself to get yourself mentally prepared for those lull periods in your business, and just to make those mental adjustments in your head that they're going to come, and they'll always happen regardless of how many safety barriers you put in place. It's always going to happen, because you could be going along, like Adam, for example, you could be going along, and then all of a sudden your car breaks down, or your company car fleet just suddenly breaks down, and you've got nobody on the road for your business. It's like, oh, you weren't expecting that. And it's just a way of dealing with it. But yeah, every single person gets it. And it's just a way of just flipping the mind switch rather than going into because what you can do is you can get yourself into the downward spiral. And then if you keep on telling yourself, oh, it's not going to happen, oh, I'm not going to make enough money, oh, I'm going to lose the house, oh, I'm going to lose this. What we think of, we attract. The law of attraction, I'm very much into my crystals and into my law of attraction and all that, and it's a very factual thing, because, and I'll just explain it to people so they get so they don't think, oh, he's going to go woo-woo now. I'm not. But this device which we're talking of never existed. It came from somebody's thought. Somebody thought this device which we're talking on now into existence. It never existed. So somebody has to think it, then your thoughts become feelings, and then your feelings become actions to take the step forward. And usually we have to get to that really painful point before we take dramatic action. And either we go one way or we go the other way. And I just help people just stay on the narrow track and just remember that what's coming on, you can handle with everything. So it's not as overwhelming as you make out in your own head, because as you know yourself, Adam, we make mountains out of molehills. And really, if you just spoke to somebody and you said, oh, can you help me with this? And they go, oh yeah, you just do that. And you're like, oh my God, I've been worrying about that.
It's interesting. It's like, oh my God, it's like a huge epiphany I've just had. It's hit me in the head. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Anyway. I love
it because when I help people, I say, I'm not going to help you. You're going to help yourself. I'm just going to give you the tools which I use and which have helped me to get through it. And I just say, okay, try that bit. And then they go, oh my God, David, that's like, it's amazing. But yeah, anyway, that answers the question.
Absolutely. In fact, what I was going to say, I want to go a little bit deeper. If talking about sort of people that go through those sort of highs and lows, if people are on a low, right? And normally when you get low, like super low, you can't go any lower. How do you get people to kind of get them back up onto the, what I call the momentum curve? What advice do you have for people?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, it all varies depending on, how extreme it is. In some cases you have to create that. So let's keep it to business for this example. What you need to do is you need to reassociate them with the why, the reasons why they started, the passions, and get that ignited back up in the belly. So the fire in the belly, is the expression known, because each and every one of us went into business. Now, some of us went into business just to make money, which, some people agree with, that's okay. But other people go into it with a passion, and then the aftermath of that is the money which flows in. Depends on which way you go. Look at it. What you have to do is you have to reignite that fire in the person's belly. And then it's just by reprogramming the brain. So, it's like the affirmations, it's how they go to bed, it's getting into a routine, it's whether they're exercising, whether they're eating healthy, because the mind, body, and spirit connection is a true thing. When I'm feeling a little bit stressed, I fortunately, as you know, I live in Liverpool, and I've got Crosby Beach, which is just 5 minutes drive for me. And I've also got Formby Squirrel Woods. And I just sometimes just say to my wife, okay, I'm going through a little bit of a time where I just need to just reset myself, and I'll just go and take a nice little walk in nature. And and if you live in a big city or town, go and find a park near you, or go for a little drive into a park and just go and relax by a tree or by something. Now, this isn't woo-woo or anything like this. This is just purely because what we do is we forget to breathe. And then if you just take a few nice deep breaths in through your nose, so you just go and expand your belly, and then just let it out through your mouth. And doing that, I go in for 7, I hold it for 4 seconds, and then I go out for 7 seconds, hold it for 4 at the bottom. And I just do that. And then what you'll find is your body will just start to balance. Because in that spirit of the moment thing, everything's so overwhelmed. You're like, oh my God. And then especially with anxiety, because I used to suffer really bad with it. And it's like, I'd be so bad that the bed would feel like it'd be as if I'd wet the bed, because I'd be just sweating because I'd said something to somebody. And then I'd be mulling over my head. Oh, I hope Adam knew that I wasn't being rude to him when I'd done that. Oh, but what if he was? Oh, but what? Oh. And again, it's all in my head. I'm just creating this bigger picture. And then Adam has taken what I've said as a brush off comment, and he has associated with that. But what I'm associating with is, this big negative, horrible thing. Oh no. And then I have literally gone a week, virtually not eating, feeling sick, feeling everything with anxiety and stress. And then I've seen you the next week and said, oh, I Adam, was everything okay? Did I? And you're like, no, Sam. And I'm like, oh my God, I've just put myself through all that for nothing. And that's what I help people to do, is just before it gets to that stage, is just to give them the tools to go, okay, this is that. And then they go back and they come back to the normal self.
One thing that I kind of thought about, because I mean, you're in the business of show business, right? You're in the show business industry, right? That's what you're in, right?
Yep.
And I know that show business and sort of most what I call the entertainment realm has, really been affected over the last sort of 18 months. Just out of curiosity, how have you coped during the times of when the show business is down? How have you coped personally?
Well, I'm not going to lie, because I'm not a liar. I did have a wobble myself, because and by the way, anybody who's listening abroad, a wobble means like I went off the rails a little bit, but I use the tools which I've picked up, and I thought, no, David, this isn't you. This is just reprogramming. This too shall pass. And then also I have mentors and coaches, which I highly recommend, as you do, Adam. You're a mentor and a coach, and I've picked your brains on a few things. And as you said at the beginning of the call, that we're collaborating on something which will be amazing, and I'm excited to. But get yourself a good mentor or a coach who can look at it from the outside looking in, because sometimes the old adage of when you can't see the wood through the trees, which means you're so ingrained in what's going on, you're like, oh. So that's the way I got through it. And I just spoke to my mentors, mentees, reached out to people because I've learned, you know, to ask for help and to say, I'm stuck here. I'm a little bit skint, you know, can you provide me work? But, you know, obviously I've had to take every government grant and the bounce back loan and everything, which didn't really touch the sides. However, it has kept me house above water. My wife's now started her cake business. She's only just started that. So that's going really well for her, and I'm supporting her with that. But it's funny because when you said about the the curve, which is she's going through that because she's like, oh no, my cake's gonna make money. And I'm saying, no, you're charging too little, love. Charge a bit more. No, she's starting to get up to it. But it's just that nice because I'm like saying to her, see, now welcome to my world. Now you know what I was experiencing. But yeah, it happens to us all, and it's like anything, you know. Unfortunately, there have been some great entertainers who have packed it in and I've gone and got full-time jobs. I'm not one of them to be a quitter. I went out and I've got no shame. I went out and I still do it to this day. I deliver for my mate's takeaway shop because I thought, you know, I've got to keep a roof over my head, and I was getting £4 a drop. And, you know, and that's just as entrepreneurs and business people, we find other means of ways to make money. You know, when I set up my magic school, which is teaching magic online, which you can get on my website if you want to go check that out. I'm going to be doing another one, which is going to be more of a subscription-based thing. But these are the little things which you've got to look outside the box to go, okay, now what? You know, you just breathe and say, now what? You know, because you can either go down that spiral of, oh, woe is me, or you can do something about it. You've got a choice. And, you know, but don't ever, and this is particularly aimed at the men, don't ever feel silly to ask any of your friends or family for help or support. Now, I wouldn't really go to my friends directly because it's the old adage of the men having a laugh and have a banter. But if you go to your family or you look at an outside source and just ask for help and just say, this is where I'm at, can you help me? And there's loads of support out there. You'll be surprised, but you've got to ask for help, and don't think that you're any less of a man or a person for doing that, because at the end of the day, you know, people, we like to help people anyway. It's a general nature of all human beings. So,
yep, love it. Interesting question, right? So you talk about help, okay? And when I think of help, I think of vulnerability. And I know that men in particular don't want to feel vulnerable, right? I suppose it's a common trait, right? I suppose it's maybe ingrained into our mindset, the way that we've been wired or the way that we've grown up. What's your take on this vulnerability, asking for help, style of stuff? Yes, it's easy to say, yes, you've got to do it. But what happens if you're really struggling to, I suppose, be exposed, feel a bit naked, feel a bit vulnerable, asking for help? What's your take on this, and what's your advice?
So my advice is you've got two choices, and you can either stay with your ego, because that's what it is. It's ego and pride, which says, you know, I'm admitting that I'm a failure, and you're not a failure, because every single person in life has failed, and it might not be an extreme of where you think you are. But every single business owner, every single entrepreneur, every single book which you read, they all say the failures and how they learned from it. My personal take on that is just do it, because obviously, you know, coming back to what I said at the beginning, which may be triggering, but you know, when I tried to hang myself, if I had just reached out to people, because I thought at the particular time, because all the bullying came back and the fact that the girl who was dancing, she danced prerogative with somebody, and that's what triggered it. If I'd have just reached out to somebody and said, listen, I'm struggling here mentally, or can I get some help and support here? That wouldn't have happened. But on the same front, the struggles and everything else which we go through are there to make us that better person, to help us, give us the tools to make us be a better person, but also to help us to help others. So when we see others in that situation, you can identify it and you can say, hey, mate, have you tried this? Because this is this. But, you know, you always ask if they want help and support. So you never presume, and you never give advice or help. You just say, you know, Adam, is it possible if I could give you some words of wisdom and words of advice? And then if Adam says yes, then great, because you're asking for the openness of it. But yeah, just be vulnerable, you know, but I'd say be more to somebody outside or close in the family who you know would be supportive, because again, it's the old adage of if you go to your mates around the pub when they're all drunk and you say, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit upset today, guys," they're like, "Ha, you know, oh, behave, you divvy," you know, that type of banter. And then you go off and you go and do something stupid, you know, and then all your mates are left guilty, thinking, "Oh my God, if I've only done this." Whereas, you know, just be vulnerable, just ask for help, ask for support, and this goes for anybody because, you know, there's loads of people out there who are willing to help you. And the vulnerability side, people see it as a weakness. It's not, it's a strength because, and plus when you are vulnerable and you are completely naked, as Adam said, there's nowhere else you can go then. Your ego's gone, your macho-ness is gone. But when you ask for that support and that help and you get it, it's just a weight lifted off your shoulder because you're like, oh my God, wow, I wish I asked for that sooner. So yeah, my take on that is regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, just ask for the support and the help. If you're really, really struggling, yeah, there's loads of people out there who'd help you in business and in personal lives in general.
Cool, very good, awesome. So, there we go. I was going to say, as you are in the showcase business, I've got to say to you, let's see some magic tricks. Can you give us a good magic trick for us?
Oh, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say I'm that good, really. Would you, Adam? Joking.
What's his box of tricks? What's he got, guys? Come on, we're going to see what David's going to do out of his tricks.
Let's have a look. See what I can do. Yeah, let me just see. Just going to get a nice deck of cards. There we go. This will do. So I've got a brand new. Just making sure I've got this brand new deck of cards here. Just make sure they're. Where are we? I should have come prepared. I should have known you were going to ask this. I have come prepared. Hey, mohaha. He says with a sly little laugh. So this one is my favorite go-to trick, and yeah, if anybody, by the way, wants a magician for their events, feel free to message me on my either Instagram or my webpage, which I'm sure Adam will provide links to. Or it's basically just www.dbmagician.co.uk, and you can go on the Hire Me part on the website. So as you can see, this is a red deck, as you can see there.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'll do a signed one for you. So this would be you in this case. So I want you to usually I wouldn't be able to see this, but because obviously we're on Zoom, I can see them. So just say stop when you'd like me. Okay. What do you want, the 10 or do you want the 9?
I'll have the 10.
The 10. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign my name, and I'm going to stand up for this actually because I don't want to be accused of taking anything out of shot. Right. You can tell I've done a few Zooms before, can't you? So I'm going to draw a little smiley face because, as you know, Adam, you're always happy, and I'm just going to put a D there. Is there any initial that you want me to put on there for you? Or anything which you want me to draw on the 10?
Just put on the 10. Nah,
yeah, on your card.
Oh, my card.
Yeah.
I don't know. You put a happy smiley face. That's all good for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll put your A then for Adam as well. Now,
right,
there's no way that I can duplicate this card. The reason being is because even if you met another magician who was half as good as me, do you like what I did there, Adam? You'd never sign the card the same way. It's impossible. Now, I'm just going to give these a quick shuffle. I'm just going to keep this in for you. I'm going to do a quick shuffle. And then, let's do a quick shuffle. There we go. Right. So this 10 is now going to, I'm just trying to see where the camera is. There you go. So I'm going to put the 10 right in the middle. So you can see the 10 there. I'm going to out jog it. So you can see that clearly that 10 is in the middle. Are you happy with that? Now I'm going to control it to the top. Are you ready? Did you see that? That's how quick I am. Because your 10 is now back on the top. I'll just show you really quick. So there's the 10 with the signature on. Yep. Now what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to push it again in the middle. Now watch, Adam. I'm going to show you how it works. If you click your fingers, so can you click? Perfect. And when I do that, that's when it jumps to the top. Are you ready? Click your fingers again. When I go like that, it's back in the middle. Thanks very much for coming. Appreciate it. I'm only I'm only messing, guys. I'm not that bad, but look, see, it's back on top, the signature. Now I'll show you it again. I'll slow it down because you blink that time, Adam. I'll let you off. I'll show you how quick it happens. If I take it off and I push it right into the middle there, I can't get any fairer than this. Watch, ready, watch. If I just push and you go, it's called the printing deck, because when I do that, that's when it prints and it's back on top. Now, for those skeptics in the audience who are thinking that there's more than one, I'll just show you that there's no other
card. So there you go. There you go.
It's in
very good. Love it, Dave. Good job.
Sound. I'll do another quick one. I'm on my magic school, by the way. This one is taught, which I'm going to do next. So just let me, two last bands. I did have them all here. So usually, by the way, this would be on the spectators' hands as well, which is because that's the one thing which I missed about the live gigs is, as you know, Adam, I'm a interpersonal person, and I like to get the interaction of the audience when I'm performing. So I do Zooms, but as you can see, that is on my finger and thumb. I'm just going to go nice and fair behind that, as you can see, nice and clear. Now that is on there. Now, once you snap an elastic band, that's it. Now, I can't take it off over that finger or over that thumb. I can't even take it off for the middle. It's only when you blow. If you blow in the middle there for me, Adam, just blow. And that's when it just comes apart like that. And what I'm on, I said, so I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna strap this one around my my first finger and the other one around my little finger, and I'm just gonna get them around my fingers. Perfect. So there's two elastic bands. I'm just trying to find my camera. There you go. Because when I go right, it goes left. So they're wrapped around my little finger, my first fingers. Yeah. Watch this. Watch the middle. 1, 2, 3. And that is actually linked right through. That is not fake. That is really linked right through there, guys, as you can see. Now watch, this is the hardest part, is when I go like this, 1, and I'll do this way, 1, 2, 3. And then it unlinks, and they are
that's cool.
Separate elastic bands.
There you go.
Whoa, and the crowd goes wild.
But listen. This has been fun. But I know that I was going to say we're working on a little project that launches in October, aren't we? And you're part of. Well, you're one of our contributing authors in our up and coming book, aren't you?
I am indeed, and I'm looking forward to it. I can actually officially say that I'm an author now, which is great. You can,
absolutely. And just for the sake of the audience, just give us a quick synopsis about what the chapter's about.
So it's about mindset. So in there, I give you some daily habits and rituals. If you do them, it just helps you to overcome stuff which you might be struggling with. And then on there is my further contact details to my link tree. So if you needed any more further information on that, or you wanted a one-on-one session with myself, or you want to go into my coaching, then by all means, you can reach out to me and we can discuss that. But yeah, it's just to give people the tools which I've learned and which I give clients, which are some of them are really basic, but we forget to do them. And I think one of them in there was breathing. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what I put in because there's loads. Because as I said, it all depends on each individual, because each individual comes to you with a different set of problems, which you go, or they come to you with their problems, which they think are their problems, but then when you do a little bit of deep diving, it actually goes that's not their problem. That's just the mask. The actual problem is over here. And then what I do is I eliminate this problem over here, or give them the tools, should I say, to eliminate this problem over here. And then that problem disappears because that one has. And it is magic. I've just helped a lady only yesterday with a quick session. Funny enough, she gave me a Reiki, and then I was just looking at her because I'm an empath and I'm very intuitive. I've had it since I was a kid, where I'm always able to suss when there's something not quite right, and I always listen to people's language patterns, the way they speak. So I'm like thinking her words to herself, and she's great Reiki. We're like a bit negative or a bit not. I was like, okay, you've got this, and she was like, and I just took off the masks, just then have a conversation, and I could just see her go, oh, and she said, I I feel naked in a good way. And I said, yeah, that's because I can see through these masks, because that's what I've been trained into doing. You know, I can see through the BS and which you're telling yourself and you're telling the world, and the rest of the world's buying it. But because I can see through that, and I've disarmed her in a nice way, she's gone, oh my God, can I work with you? And I said, yeah. And then I'm helping her out, and she's now, she now phoned me yesterday, phoned me actually today, and left a voicemail. I said, David, I've got another client, and I've felt more confident, and I've got this, and I've got that. And I was like, great. And that's, you know, and I've given her the tools, you know, to go on and strive even further.
Very good. Awesome. Very good. Listen, just want to say it's been great to have you on the show today. And for you guys that are listening in today or listen to the recording, feel free to connect with David and mention obviously the show and where you've come from, just so that he knows where he can connect the dots. And for you, David, just want to say thanks very much for being on today's show. Really appreciate it.
No worries, and thanks very much. And make sure you follow Adam's YouTube channel, guys. Give it a good subscribe and a share, because Adam's a very nice, kind-hearted man, and he knows what he's doing in business as well. Believe it or not, don't let that look fool you. He knows what he's talking about.
Well, I like to think so without blowing my own trumpet. I get other people to blow trumpets. That's all good. Listen, humbled by your words. Thanks very much. Listen, guys, hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you have enjoyed today's show, do me a favor, give us a like, share, or comment, and reach out to us. And so for next week on the Game Changers show, next Wednesday, have another fun packed show, and we'll see you again. Take care. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Thanks, Adam.
Cheers.
Hey, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much for listening in to this episode of the Game Changers Experience. I hope that you got some amazing value, some great insights, and golden nuggets that you can implement into your business straight away. I would really, really appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star review on the button below. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.